Hi everyone, my name is Chloe Tang, and today I'll be doing my February 2022 bullet journal plan with me. If you want to see more content like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button below. If you're enjoying the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really helps support my channel. Alright, without further ado, let's get started. This month's theme was inspired by the Lunar New Year, which is on February 1st this year, and it's the year of the tiger. For this month's cover page, I wanted to incorporate a tiger as well as some florals. I think I almost always have flowers in my bullet journal spreads. For the sketches, I just looked at some photos of tigers and flowers until I saw something I wanted to draw inspiration from. Then I sketched out the tiger and flower and pencil ahead of time. I kind of took some creative liberties on the flower. It looks mostly like a peony, but it's open for interpretation. The details of the flower petals and tiger stripes and leaves are typically just squiggly lines. Most of nature isn't composed of perfect lines, so the less of a perfect line you draw, the more natural it looks. I'm mainly using a Pigma Micron fine liner in 02 to line the tiger stripes as well as the leaves and the petals of the flower. To give the flower petals some dimension, I draw a little line from the top of the petal inwards to make it look like the petal is curving in towards the center of the flower. For the center part of the flower, I use a fine liner in 005, and it helps give me more defined semicircular shapes that kind of look like the stamen of a flower. For the thicker stripes, I use a fine liner in 08, and it helps me fill in the stripes a lot quicker. Then I go in with an eraser and I clean up any extra pencil marks that are left over. A helpful tool I've been using is a clean makeup brush. It really helps me get off the eraser bits that are on the page without me smudging any ink or anything like that with my hands. Now I'm going to color in the petals with a red Crayola super tip marker. You can find these markers at your local store like Target or purchase them on Amazon. I started using these when I first began bullet journaling, and I still use them to this day because they're not too pricey, they're super pigmented, and they have a pointed tip at the end so you can practice calligraphy with them too. Now that I'm a little bit more seasoned with bullet journaling, I've also been using the Tombow Brush Pens. Here I'm using a teal color in 312. These brush pens are blendable and buildable, so I recommend these if you're getting more into bullet journaling too. I chose this bluish greenish color for the leaves because it was more subtle and I didn't want the leaves to compete with the flower petals. Next, I'm using a marigold color and I'm going to fill in the middle of the flower with this marker. I was also debating if I should have a white tiger on the page or if I should go with a golden one, and I felt that the golden one would definitely pop more, so I went ahead and colored in the tiger with this marker as well. Now I'm using a bit of peachy pink for the tiger's nose. Here I just write February with a fine liner and then do a little faux calligraphy by going over the downstrokes with a thicker fine liner. Now on to the monthly setup. I start by coloring red rectangles as a background for when I write in the days of the week. To keep the theme going, I drew another peony at the bottom left side of the page. I remember reading somewhere that peonies are symbols of wealth, especially back in the day when only Chinese emperors had them. Peonies are also known as the king of flowers, and it kind of makes sense because if you've seen peonies in person, then you'll know that their petals are quite broad and have a lot of volume. In case you're wondering, for these boxes and their size dimension, each box is 5 dots by 5 dots, and I like giving each box a space in between just for more of a spacious appearance. I also like to use rulers to give me straighter lines for the boxes, but since this monthly setup isn't usually found in nature, I don't have to make it look more natural, like the flower petals. Now I'm lining the sketch of a leaping tiger on the bottom right of the page. I found this tiger image online and I thought it was cool because of its negative space component. I decided not to color this tiger in because I wanted the negative space to be the star. Now I'm going in with a red Crayola super tip marker again to color in the petals. Red is a symbol of good luck, happiness, prosperity, and success in the Chinese culture, and it really is vibrant on the page. From what I've seen, the red envelopes that are exchanged, they're mostly red and gold, and those were definitely my inspirations for this monthly setup. Now we're on to the tassel on the upper right hand corner of the page. I usually see these tassels hanging from lanterns. Of course, they're mostly red, and of course they have gold, and of course they mean good luck. It's starting to feel like I'm trying to get as much good luck as possible on this monthly setup. But then again, luck can only take you so far, so that's why I have a monthly to-do for things that I want to accomplish this month. Lastly, I have something new that I'm trying, and that's an affirmations box. It's nice to have reminders that are encouraging and help get you through the day or the month. If you have any affirmations you enjoy, please leave a comment below. I'd love to read what yours are. For any extra little pen marks I have, I just go over them with a white gel pen. Then I write out the word affirmations as my header of the affirmations box with a Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen. And the last thing I do for this monthly overview is go in with a gold pen, a gold gel pen, to make circles for each day of the month, and then using my black Tombow Fudenosuke pen again, I write in the numbers for the days of the month. Alrighty, for the next 2 pages I have a books I'd like to read section on the left, and on the right I have my habit tracker. I chose to draw a peony in the middle of the 2 pages to give the pages a centerpiece that provides a cohesive feel without having too much going on. For this month, I have 7 habits I'd like to keep track of, and most of them are in the realm of self-care. Similar to the books I'd like to read section, it's also kind of like self-care. I usually have a brain dump section, but I don't always use it each month, so I was thinking maybe I'd use the bottom half of the left page as a brain dump if I have anything I want to make note of. I wrote in all the days of the month for each habit with a 005 fine liner, which is super thin, but it was running out of ink, so it was a struggle to fill in all the numbers. As for drawing the flower and other illustrations, I used to be intimidated by drawing them because there would always be a taste gap between the illustrations I saw online and what my drawings actually looked like. But with practice and not being afraid to just go for it, especially being able to use pencil first, my confidence in drawing is boosted. And just to elaborate, the term taste gap was coined by Ira Glass, who is an award-winning host and executive producer of a radio program. A taste gap is when you see something online or at an exhibition and you like it because you have good taste. Then when you try to recreate it yourself without much experience, it doesn't turn out as you'd hope. But don't mind the gap and persist, because with more practice, you can boost your confidence and you can boost your creative process too. Alright team, we finally made it to my weekly setup for the first week of February. I decided to draw in dancing lions at the left corner and have Chinese fireworks on the first day of Lunar New Year. Oh, by the way, you guessed it right. I'm getting more good luck and warding off evil spirits by bringing in the lions and the fireworks. As for my weekly layout, it's a simple design that still allows for good functionality. On the left, I have a weekly events section to oversee the bigger things that happen through the week, and on the right, I have a tasks section for the smaller items I want to accomplish for that week. I keep it even more simple by not writing out the whole words for the days of the week, but it works. Now I'm going in with my 2 primary colors for this month's theme, red and marigold. These 2 markers are being put to work right now while I'm coloring in these dancing dragons. The one on the right will have a red body and the one on the left will have a yellow body, and they'll complement each other. This one on the left is giving me Ronald McDonald vibes, but it's okay, I've come to terms with it. We've officially made it to the final flip through. Please let me know what you think in the comments below about this month's Plan With Me. I had a lot of fun making it. It was my first official Plan With Me video. Alright, that's a wrap. I'll be sure to see you in the next one. Bye!